Good afternoon, students. Previous class, we start to learn about composition of the atmosphere, and also we learned the different gases which are there in our atmosphere, and even so the amount of the different gases also. And also we learned about the necessary gases such as, for example, oxygen and carbon dioxide, how it is very important for the natural vegetation and as well as for wild animals including human beings also. So today's class we are going to learn about structure of the atmosphere. Structure of the atmosphere. See, dear students, our atmosphere is divided into five layers. Our atmosphere is divided into five layers. So, starting from the Earth's surface. So, starting from the Earth's surface, so our atmosphere divided into different five layers. So, such as troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Getting these students? So, these different five layers are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. So, please, I request you page number 22 and 4.2 picture there. If you observe that, then there is the beautiful layers of the atmosphere, that picture given in that and explain also. Okay, now let us discuss about the first layer, that is about troposphere. Troposphere, see, this layer is the most important layer of the atmosphere. It is one of the most, of course, dear students, all different five layers also important, but this troposphere is the most important layer of the atmosphere. See, its average height is 13 kilometers. Its average height 13 kilometer. Understood? See, the air what we breathe exists here. That is about oxygen. Getting now? And also, dear students, almost all the weather phenomena such as rainfall, fog, and hailstorm occur in this layer. So it is very much important for living beings, especially why? Because no, so almost all the weather phenomena such as rainfall, hailstorm, okay, and even the fog also. So this all so existed in this troposphere. So please keep in your mind the troposphere. It is one of the most important layer. Its average height is 13 kilometer. So the air what we breathe exists in this troposphere only, and also almost all the weather phenomena like rainfall, fog, and hailstorm so occur in this layer only. So this is the most important layer of the atmosphere. And the next one, stratosphere. The next one is stratosphere. See, actually, the stratosphere, it is above the troposphere lies. Understood now? So, above the troposphere, the stratosphere lies. It extends up to height of 50 kilometers. It is about 50 kilometer height from the troposphere. Got it now? So this layer is almost free from clouds. Please keep it in your mind. So this stratosphere is free from clouds and associated weather phenomena, making conditions most ideal for flying aeroplanes. So the stratosphere, it is there now. So it actually vary the best, the condition makes for or ideal for flying ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ಸ್. ನಾವು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಕಂಫರ್ಟ್ ಝೋನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಚಲಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಇದು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ ಫ್ರೀ. ಸೊ ತೀರಾ ಮೋಡಗಳಿದ್ದಾಗ ಸೊ ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೊ ಚಾಲನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದ ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಏರಿಯಾ ಆದಂತಹ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಐಡಿಯಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ feature one most important feature of this stratosphere is that so this contains a layer of ozone gas. So in stratosphere we can see, so please keep in your mind, is the ideal for flights, and the most important one is about ozone gas. Then we can see. Getting now? So ಈ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಓಜೋನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಓಜೋನ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾಣ್ತೀವಿ. See, we have just learned how it protects us from the harmful effect of the sun rays. We all of you knows that the role of the ozone gas or ozone layer, because it protects us from the harmful rays which we are receiving from the sun. Okay. Now the next one, that is about mesosphere. Mesosphere. See, this is the third layer of the atmosphere and it lies above the stratosphere. So it is where we can see, it is actually, see, above the troposphere, stratosphere is there, and above the stratosphere, so there is a mesosphere is there. So this is the third layer of the atmosphere. See, it extends up to the height of 80 kilometers. It extends up to the height of average height of this sphere is 80 kilometer. See, meteorites burn up in this layer on entering from the space. So which we studied as the meteoroids in previous year. So actually that burn off in this layer when these meteoroids, so when entered this sphere, so that is actually burn off within this layer only. Got it, dear students? So the next one, the fourth layer of the atmosphere is, that is thermosphere. Thermosphere. See, in thermosphere, temperature rises very rapidly with increasing height. ನಾವು ಥರ್ಮೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಸೊ ರ್ಯಾಪಿಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಹೈಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂತೆಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಉಷ್ಣಾಂಶ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಆ ಉಷ್ಣತೆ, ಸೊ ದ ಹೀಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್. ಸೊ ionosphere is a part of this layer. Ionosphere is a part of thermosphere and it extends between 80 to 400 kilometers above mesosphere. So 80 to 400 kilometer above mesosphere. And even dear students, so the ionosphere also part of this mesosphere only, and here we can observe that that is about, so in thermosphere temperature rises very rapidly with increasing height. Got it now? And also dear students, this layer helps in radio transmission. One is that is about the increasing of temperature, and also, so this layer helps in radio transmission. So please keep in your mind, thermosphere helps in radio transmission also. So in fact, radio waves transmitted from the earth are reflected back to the earth by this layer only. Getting now? So radio waves transmitted from the earth are reflected back to the earth by this layer only. It is one of the important one. And the last layer is exosphere. The last layer is exosphere. See, the exosphere is the uppermost layer of the atmosphere, and this is known as exosphere. Getting now? So the uppermost layer of the atmosphere is called or known as exosphere. So this layer has very thin air. So please keep it in your mind. So it has a very thin layer, a very thin air. So light gases such as helium and hydrogen float into the space from here. So please keep it in your mind. So in this sphere only, I mean this exosphere only, the light gases, the lightweight gases such as helium and hydrogen float into space from here itself. So this is what the significance of the exosphere. So please keep it in your mind, dear students. Once again, I would like to repeat. So our atmosphere is divided into 5 different layers. Okay. So these are called as troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. So the troposphere, this layer is the most important layer of the atmosphere. Why? Because its average height is 13 kilometer and the air we breathe existed in this sphere only. Understood now? So the air what we breathe, that is about the oxygen, exists in this sphere only. And almost all the weather phenomena like rainfall, fog, and hailstorm occur in this layer. That means, so the troposphere support to different life forms such as natural vegetation and even the wildlife and other the living organisms also. And the second one, stratosphere. So the stratosphere is a lie above the troposphere and it extends up to a height of 50 kilometers from the troposphere. See, this layer is most free from clouds. It is very free from clouds. There is no clouds in this sphere and associated weather conditions most ideal for flying aeroplanes. It's a very suitable for flying aeroplanes. And one important feature of stratosphere is that it contains a layer of ozone also. Already we all of you knows that the significance of the ozone layer. Why? Because no, so the ozone layer protects us from the harmful effect of the sun rays. Understood? And the third layer is mesosphere. This is the third layer of the atmosphere and it lies above the stratosphere and it extends up to the height of 80 kilometer and meteoroids burn up in this layer on entering from the space. When the meteoroids are entering from the space to in this layer only, so they start to burn up. And the fourth one is thermosphere. See, the in the thermosphere temperature rises very rapidly with increasing height, and ionosphere is a part of the thermosphere and it extends between 80 to 400 kilometer above the mesosphere, and this layer helps in radio transmission. So in fact, radio waves transmitted from the earth are reflected back to the earth by this layer itself only. And the last one is exosphere, the uppermost layer of the atmosphere, which is actually above the mesosphere, that is known or called as a exosphere. And this layer has very thin air and also light gases such as helium, hydrogen float into the space from air. Got it, dear students? Now let us discuss about weather and climate. I hope, dear students, all of you understood about the structure of the atmosphere and given so the composition of the atmosphere. So in that, so the amount of the gases, especially the amount of carbon dioxide, the amount of organ, the amount of all other gases, including oxygen, nitrogen, and their percentage also we learned in the previous session. So, and also we came to know that the essential gases for the living beings, whether fauna or flora. So, that also we learned in the previous session. And also, dear students, we learned about in this class the structure of the atmosphere, and we came to know that the atmosphere is divided into five different layers. What we discussed now itself, that's about troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. And also, dear students, we learn the significance of these different spheres. What is troposphere and what are the important things about the troposphere, and the same the stratosphere also, and also we learned about the mesosphere and also the thermosphere also, dear students. And at last, so we learned the exosphere. So I request you, so please take your geography textbook. Okay, so and after open page number 22, and so 4.2 picture, you can see here the beautiful diagram about the different layers of the earth. See, actually we are starting from the troposphere. Actually that troposphere, it is the first foremost layer of the atmosphere which begins here. Understood? No, then after only, dear students, so the stratosphere, and next this is about the mesosphere, and next so that is about thermosphere, and after that exosphere. That goes like this only from above the earth we are started. Got it now? And the next class we are going to discuss about weather and climate. Thank you. Have a nice day.